The heroes of Disney movies have taught us many things. Beauty and the Beast taught us to never judge a book by its cover. The Lion King taught us that worrying will only get us down. Hakuna matata. And of course, Dory from Finding Nemo taught us to never give up. Whenever things seem bad, just keep pushing through. Just keep swimming. But Disney heroes aren't the only ones to teach us valuable lessons. In fact, we could learn a thing or two from some Disney villains. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10. I'm your host, Lindsay Ivan, and today I'm bringing you the top 10 scary Disney villains that were right all along. But before I begin, let me know in the comments below who your favorite Disney hero and villain is. I would say that my favorite villain would have to be Hades from Hercules. He's just so sassy, I love it. Starting off this countdown, we have Edgar. Imagine this. You are a devoted butler for a wealthy family. You spend years working for them and catering to their every needs. Then one day, you find out that the family has left their fortune to their house cats. They chose their cats over you, the loyal butler. How would that make you feel? This is exactly what happened to Edgar in the Aristocats. That would make anyone feel pretty crappy. Edgar isn't really a bad guy. He was just screwed over by his employers that he thought actually cared about him. Coming in at number 9, we have Gaston. I already dread putting Gaston on this list. He's just such a slimy, egotistic dude. But he's on the list for a reason. Gaston is clearly infatuated with Belle. He will go to extreme lengths to impress her and to keep her in the town safe. So when he saw the beast that held her captive, he thought he was doing her a service by getting rid of him. And I mean, he's not the first person to judge a book by its cover. Belle and her papa both were terrified of the beast when they first saw him. They both thought that he was a killer monster, and Gaston thought the same thing. Then he went to the castle to try and save an innocent soul. I mean, it's not right what he did, but in a way he kinda had good intentions. I don't know, he's a really tricky one. In our 8th spot, we have Mr. Waternoose. So clearly kidnapping is very wrong, and Mr. Waternoose from Monsters Inc. deserved to be arrested. But he was just doing his job. He was trying to keep the monster world safe from the human world. After all, they believed that monsters could easily be killed by a single child's touch. So his evil plan was just a way for him to keep himself and the entire monster world safe. Waternoose was looking at the big picture. It was one kid versus an entire monster population. One life versus millions. In a way, he had the right idea. He wanted to protect the greater good. But we all love Boo and wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her. Moving on to number 7, we have Captain GANTU. First off, let me say that Lilo and Stitch is one of my favorite Disney movies. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Disney movie is. Well, now let's take a look at Captain GANTU. Was he really all that bad? His mission was to capture Stitch, an alien that they thought was highly destructive and unstable. So really, he was just trying to save the human world from Stitch, who they thought was dangerous. In fact, he was just doing his job. He was told by the Galactic Grand Council to recapture Stitch. He was just doing as he was told, and then he got labeled as a villain for it. In reality, he's just a loyal worker out to protect the human race. In our 6th spot, we have Ursula. In The Little Mermaid, Ursula is made out to be this big evil sea witch. I think it's because her appearance just makes her so terrifying. But in the end, she technically didn't do anything wrong. So in the movie, it was Ariel who decided to go to a sea witch for help. Then she willingly signed the contract. Ariel fully knew the consequences of signing this contract. There was no fine print. Ursula didn't really trick Ariel in any way. The contract laid out exactly what the deal was. Moral of the story, always double check before signing the dotted line. But not only that, Ursula gave Ariel her dream. She always wanted to go to the human world, and Ursula gave her what she wanted. Something her own father couldn't do for her. I don't know, I just think that Ursula is one misunderstood villain. We are now at our 5th and halfway mark with Captain Hook. In order to understand Captain Hook, we have to learn more about him. How did he go about getting a hook for a hand? Well, it was all thanks to Peter Pan. Story goes that back in the day, Peter Pan actually sliced off Captain Hook's hand and fed it to the crocodile. I'm sorry, who's the victim here? And who's the villain? So now Captain Hook suffers from PTSD. He's terrified of crocodiles and wants to seek revenge on Peter Pan. I mean, wouldn't you do the same if someone lopped off one of your limbs? I mean, come on. Peter literally didn't have to do that. Not only that, but Peter is a little creepy, like kidnapping kids and bringing them to Neverland. I don't know. All Captain Hook wants is for Peter to pay, like in an eye for an eye type way, which I know isn't the best thing to do. But then we can also learn a lot from Captain Hook, like determination. I mean, he managed to come back after this life-changing injury. In our fourth spot, we have Mother Gothel. Mother Gothel from Tangled is known as the evil woman who is using Rapunzel and keeping her locked away in order to maintain her beauty. But her situation is much like the queen from Snow White. Their society clearly focuses on women's beauty, emphasizing that women need to be young and beautiful to be desirable. As a result, she does whatever she can to maintain her beauty from the pressures of society. But that's not all. There's one song in particular that Mother Gothel sings that rings a lot of truth. Mother Gothel sings the song Mother Knows Best to Rapunzel after she asks to go outside to see the lights for her 18th birthday. Now let's listen to the lyrics. The song goes as so. Mother knows best, listen to your mother, it's a scary world out there. Then the song continues by saying, one way or another something will go wrong, I swear. Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals, and snakes. The plague. I'm sorry, what was the last one? The plague? As in a deadly pandemic, as in a current situation that we are in. It's like she knew this was gonna happen to us. We gotta stay inside, guys. In our third spot, we have Stinky Pete. I actually sympathize with Stinky Pete from Toy Story 2. I mean, the poor dude has been confined in a box since his collection was released. Nobody really wanted to buy Pete, they all wanted Woody. As a result, he spent his whole life on a store shelf, watching all the toys around him be sold. All he wanted in life was someone to love and play with him, something he never experienced before. So yeah, when someone was willing to buy the Roundup Gang, I could see why he wanted Woody and Jessie to be on board with his plan. In the end, he just wanted to feel like he belonged somewhere, and Woody and Jessie took that from him. Coming in at number 2, we have YZMA. Pull the lever, Kronk. I don't do that any justice, but the way she says it is amazing. Gets me every time. YZMA is a hilariously written villain. Her and Kronk are just perfect together. In The Emperor's New Groove, YZMA is depicted as a very kooky and diabolical villain. But is she really? All she wants is to rule the empire, a job that has been dominated by men for years. She has never had the opportunity to rule because A, she's a woman in a male-dominant society, and B, she doesn't follow society's standards of beauty. Meanwhile, Kuzco isn't the best ruler. He is pretty self-centered and isn't that concerned about the well-being of his citizens. He puts his needs over theirs. In fact, in the movie, he threw an old man out the window. Just because YZMA wants to get rid of Kuzco doesn't mean she's going to be an evil ruler. She's just another woman who is sick of seeing men do a job that she believes she could do better. We should applaud her for trying to make her place in a male-dominated society. And in our number 1 spot, we have Shere Khan. Shere Khan, the tiger in the Jungle Book, is considered evil for attempting to kill off Mowgli. But here's the thing, he had the concerns of the entire jungle population in mind. He feared that Mowgli would destroy the ecosystem. He saw him as a huge threat to the jungle. He probably knows from past experiences how damaging humans can be to the jungle. Forest fires, deforestation, pollution, and poaching are all examples of this. So in reality, Shere Khan was trying to save all the animals and their habitat from these possibilities. And that's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments from my video, Top 10 True Scary Stories from the 70s. Isabella Stillion commented, the lead poisoning thing reminds me of the original Hardy Boys books. I heard the covers have lead in them. I hope that's not true because I have some of their books and I have a whole collection of Nancy Drew books, so I hope the Nancy Drew ones don't have lead in them. That's scary. Avocado Plays commented, Miss, I have something important to tell you. I love your videos, hashtag favorite host. That was something important, thank you, means a lot. Denise Nicole Tudeo commented, if I have been shout out, I will wash my dishes. Denise, go wash your dishes. I bet there's like a whole bunch of dishes just piled up in the sink right now. Don't be lazy. Go do it. Lindsay's telling you to. I like how I referred to myself as Lindsay's. Not I'm telling you to. No, Lindsay's telling you to. And that's all the comments I'm shouting out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see you. Ugh, I already Mother Gothel from Tangled is known as the evil woman. I always get women and woman mixed up. It's the evil woman.